Hello lovely OTs, how you guys doing? Today's video I will be telling you about like my little travel update and also pros and cons of being a traveler as far as what my pros and cons have been. I know everybody's experience will probably be a little different from mine, but I'm just going to give it to you how it is. I'm always going to be honest with you guys, so let's get into it. So the pros. The pros about traveling is definitely number one, the money. Okay? And the money, from what I've heard so far, is better as a new grad traveler than if you don't travel as a new grad. Okay, I'm not saying this is true for everybody, but this is what I've heard from the grapevine, so I'm just saying. The second pro is definitely exploring different places, getting to work with different people, getting to work in different settings. I think that's really awesome. For me, I like that. I like the fact that I could just go to one setting and be there for 3 months and then leave and then go start a new. It can be good and it also can be bad, because if you really enjoy where you're working, it's like, I don't want to leave, you know, I just want to stay here a little bit longer. And this was the case for me for my first travel assignment. I really enjoyed my co-workers. Like, they were so awesome and I wanted to be able to work with them forever if I could, but it was like, it's time for you to go, honey, you know. So that part can suck because you love these people, you kind of like grew to love them and you have, you know, established relationships with them, and so it's kind of like hard to separate yourself and leave and go start something new. So that was the hardest part about when I was leaving my travel assignment. That was a con, but it's also a good thing because you get to go to a different place and start all over again and all of that. But for me, I'm used to like moving from places to places because growing up we moved a lot, so I'm kind of used to like starting over. You know, I don't think we moved every 3 months though, but still I moved a lot as a kid, so I didn't really have like a long time like best friend that I've been friends with forever. I never had that because I always had to move to a different place and start all over and had different friends and stuff like that. So so the cons: the license process is super long and it's super annoying and it's super costly. You do get reimbursed for it, but still, it's still annoying, the whole license process. Like, now I'm waiting for I'm supposed to start work on Monday, but I still don't have my Delaware license, so I have to wait to get the license before I can start working, and that can be really annoying. So yeah, the money, as far as getting reimbursed for certain things, can be annoying sometimes. So you have to be able to have money in order to start traveling, so that can be a con for you depending on your financial situation, right? Money to get your new place, money to start the license process, money to move, stuff like that. So you might need money. You need money, you need money in order to start traveling. Like I mentioned before, changing co-workers and changing place settings, the place that you work, can be a con as a traveler. All the new contracts, especially if you're working with 2 or 3 traveling companies, if you're starting a new contract, or the paperwork and stuff like that, that can be very annoying. That's a con. Finding housing every 3 months, that's a big con. That can be super annoying. Like, I can talk about that literally for days, because not everywhere will be accepting of you just signing a 3 months contract, and so because of that you might have to pay extra if you're moving out before 6 months or a year is over, which was the case for me. I had to pay like almost $600 to cut my contract short, which sucks because that's money that's coming out of my bank account. Okay, so that's just one of those things you can't win, right? Sometimes you just gotta lose and move on. And so if you can find housing that's like month to month, do that. Please do that, because even though you do have a 3 months contract, they can cut your contract short and give you a 2 weeks notice in a month and be like, we are done with you, or even in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever the week is. So just because you have a 3 months contract does not mean that you necessarily stay there for 3 months. They can give you a 2 weeks notice to leave, which happened, and I'm gonna make another video and talk about that with another traveler, and it was crazy. So guaranteed hours and all of that. You have to make sure before you sign the contract, make sure that you understand the numbers in your contract. Make sure that you are on the same page as far as what your expectation is about how much you will get paid every week based on the amount of hours that you will be working. I'm telling you, you do not want to be that girl or that boy that get your paycheck and be like, what? No, like, this is not acceptable, because that happened to me my first 2 weeks, and I was like, something gotta change, because I feel like I was working a lot, but the paycheck wasn't reflecting that. So I can go into details about that, honey, but I'm gonna put that in my traveling nightmare video and talk about that. But make sure your guaranteed hours and everything else is matching. So for example, if in your contract it says that you're only guaranteed 35 hours, but then your pay package is saying that your pay package is based on a 40-hour work week, you may want to negotiate with that, and you may want to make sure that you work 40 hours, because if you don't, you're not going to be getting paid what the numbers are saying, because you are only working the guaranteed hours and not the hours that are based on the pay package, if that makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, let me know down below and I can explain that. Getting a license in every state that you go to as a traveler is mind-blowingly annoying. It's so annoying. I wish they had like a traveler license where you can go to each state and just start working without waiting for the license process and everything else like that, because that can delay your money, and I don't like to be delayed. I like to be getting paid every week. So when I have to take a break because I'm waiting for a license to kick in, is really annoying. And also, as a traveler, you may want to stay in one coast of the country instead of moving. Like for me, I moved to Texas and then now I'm going to Delaware. That's like two different sides of the country. So if you decide to be a traveler, pick one side of the country where you want to stay, even if you want to stay there for like 6 months to 2 or 3 contracts before you go to another part of the country, and it'll be easier too when you have like a car and stuff like that. I'm gonna make another travel video and call it "Don't Travel If blah, 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 blah," and I'm gonna talk more in depth about some of the things that I mentioned in this video. I'm kind of speeding through this video because my battery is dying. However, I do want you guys to let me know if you want to see another travel type of video, and I'm gonna make like different travel videos and talk about like different topics, because there's so many big parts of traveling that can be a little complicated to explain and stuff like that. So let me know. Yeah, so my first contract was really good. Like, I really liked the company that I worked for. I really liked the placement that I was in. Everything wasn't perfect, but for me it was a good experience for me. I got some experience under my belt now. I know what I'm doing in a skilled nursing facility. Like, it was all in all, I would definitely give it like a B+, maybe an A-, but that rate can go for different things, right? Yeah, so if you guys kind of want to know what company that I work for and stuff like that, just hit me up, email me, or anything like that, and I can let you guys know what company that I work for. And also, like I mentioned before, my next travel assignment was going to be in Delaware, and I'm just waiting for the license to kick in before I start working, and then once it kick in I can start working right away. So I'm waiting for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my channel. And if you guys want more travel OT, travel new grad like videos, let me know what type of video that I should talk about, and I will absolutely make a video and talk about that, because I do have an extensive opinions about different things about traveling, and the different things that I feel like you should do and you should not do, and all of that stuff. Oh, another con about traveling is that there is no orientation. For me, I did not get any kind of orientation when I started. It was like, girl, here's your people for the day, go. Literally my first day. So if I know this is different from every setting that you work at, and every place that you work is different. I feel like every place that you work have their own culture, so to speak. So it could be that you can get a placement where they will give you an orientation for a day or two or a week or whatever, but for me, I didn't get any orientation. I heard that this is true for a lot of travelers. It's kind of like the expectation as a traveler is for you to come in and just start working straight away. So if you are the type of person that are not equipped to be ready to hit the ground running and to, you know, get the ball rolling and get things done independently, and this will really be hard for you as a new grad traveler. And as always, I really appreciate you guys. Make sure that you guys are subscribing. Make sure that you're like, I want to hit 1,000 subscribers because I want to give you guys some giveaways, okay? Some OT related giveaways, of course. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you. Bye.